Coming up on this spring edition of Ram Center, we will be highlighting the spring season here at Rockford High School and the devastating pandemic that interrupted it.
Last year, Rockford took a big hit, having to shut down all athletics nearing the start of the season. Today, we will be looking back at what happened pre- and post-shutdown. I'm Lauren Lewis.
And I'm Moses Bosher. Welcome to the spring edition of Ram Center.
This is Ram Center.
And this is how you pull some weight. It's going to be Kyle Weston showing how quarantine can't stop him from getting a good lift in. Now let's get right back to Ram Center. There are plenty of lovable teachers here at Rockford, but one that stands out from the others is Mr. Cummings.
Mr. Cummings, or Coach Cummings as most of his students call him, has been a part of the athletic program for 16 years now as strength and conditioning coach.
Almost all of the kids that go through his advanced conditioning class love it and continue to take the class throughout high school. And that class is not easy. I speak from experience. Mr. Cummings pushes kids to perform their best in sports and their physical conditioning.
If you're the best of the best in the class, you can reach achievements like Ram Club or Big Horn Club. To get into those, you must excel at bench, squat, and pull-ups. This club pushes students to achieve more than they may think they're capable of.
Just recently, though, Mr. Cummings took up the position as head coach of the football team. Coach Cummings had big shoes to fill, replacing longtime coach Ralph Munger, who had been in the helm for over 25 years. Cummings took the position very eager to get the ball rolling in this new era of football. I got a chance to see Coach Cummings on his very own signing day, and the room was electric. Mr. Cummings has been a part of Rockford Athletics for 16 years as an offensive coordinator for the football team, as well as a strength and conditioning coach. Already in these positions, Mr. Cummings has had a big impact on the students and staff here at Rockford.
Really excited. He's going to bring some sweet stuff to the table. The guys just rally around him. Everyone respects him. It'll be great.
I mean, Coach Cummings, he's got tremendous rapport, respect from the community and the players, already.
With this new position as head coach of the football team, everyone is excited to see what new things he'll bring to the table.
I feel like he's going to bring a ton of energy and maybe a new style to our offense. Just energy. I think a lot of energy is going to be coming from him, and I think it's going to bring everybody together. It's going to be good.
He's going to bring a lot of knowledge of football, just how to run the program that he has. It's going to be a win-win for our players.
We also got Mr. Cummings' perspective on what he wanted to bring to this year's team.
The thing we plan on doing is just getting started, getting the plan in place, meeting with the kids, just like I just shared with our initial meeting with them, meeting with the coaches, and setting up making sure that our staff, we have a lot of great members from the past season staff, and see who's on board.
We can give a big thanks to everything that Coach Cummings has done for the school so far. I'm Moses Bosher with Ram Center, signing off.
It's amazing to see what Coach Cummings has done for the school and the impact he's had on his students.
I know we all hope to see him lead the football team to a championship in the fall.
Another championship team is the girls lacrosse team. Coming off of 7 straight championships in a row, the girls were ready to start another championship run in the 2020 season.
Last year, the girls won in the finals against the Brighton Bulldogs with the dominating score of 21-6. In March, they started practicing and preparing for the season, with their biggest competition yet again being the Bulldogs.
Sadly, the girls' season, along with many others, got cut short by the COVID pandemic, and the 2020 championship run became only a dream. It was a spring season start that no one could have ever predicted.
Even though we had to go a spring season without any sports, we saw an impressive number of athletes committing to universities and finding creative ways to work on their sports individually.
These athletes stood out from others in their sport and decided to pursue their passion at a college level. Ram Center's own Ben Bosher got a chance to see the athletes celebrate on signing day.
Once again, it's National Signing Day here at RHS. Where 7 of our student athletes committed to the university they will be continuing their athletic career at.
And I'm going to Lawrence Tech to play hockey. Ferris State next year to play football.
Going to Hope College to play football.
Hope College to swim.
I'm going to Trine University. I'm going to Wayne State University.
And I'm going to Alma College for competitive cheer.
With none of these colleges being the same, these Rockford Ram athletes will be spread across the state. Each individual school is different from the next, so we asked the students what they're most excited for in the upcoming season with their new team in a new town.
I'm excited to meet everyone.
I don't know, just continuing to play baseball. I love baseball.
But not only that, I love the coaches and I love the kids there already. They were pretty open when I visited.
I'm most excited about being on such a great swim team, and just the atmosphere of Hope College is such a great school.
Spending time with the boys.
Probably most excited about my teammates this coming fall.
And I'm most excited for living in Detroit. What I'd say I'm most excited for is just kind of being on my own.
Here at Ram Center, we couldn't be more proud of our student athletes. We wish them nothing but the best of luck in the next 4 years and beyond. Congratulations to all 7 of these individuals who have gone above and beyond in the last 4 years. This has been Ben Boscher with Ram Center, signing off.
Once again, congratulations to all of the senior athletes who've committed to playing their sport at a college level.
A standout athlete on the 2019 baseball team, Kellen Mail, recently committed to Delta College. Just last year, Kellen was a big help on the baseball team during their run for a state championship.
Coming out big in the conference and semifinal games, Kellen had a huge impact on the team by being a leader along with having some big hits when it mattered. But in the end, the team lost in the state finals 10-4 against the perennial powerhouse, the Portage Northern Huskies.
After a tough loss the year before, Kellen and the team came into the 2020 season with a chip on their shoulders. They looked to meet the Portage Northern Huskies in the state finals again, but sadly the team's season was cut short due to COVID. Good luck to Kellen at Delta College.
Coming up next, we will be taking a deeper look into how COVID led to the shutdown of all spring sports and how it affected the 2020 senior class.
We've been trying to find some more referees. These guys are cute, but none of them quite fill the jersey. Not everyone has what it takes to wield the whistle. That's where you come in. Go to mhsaa.com/officials to sign up and become a referee today.
Welcome back to the special spring edition of Ram Center. As we have already seen, the COVID-19 outbreak shocked the world of sports. And for the rest of our show, we'd like to touch on what went into the process of shutting down all sports, how it affected senior athletes, and how the sports community here at Rockford came together in an inspiring way. All this and more, now on Ram Center.
As we all know, a devastating pandemic swept across the globe, affecting millions of people. In the world of sports, this meant a loss of spring season.
And no one expected COVID to spread as quickly as it did. And the first sport to take the hit was girls softball.
In the 2019 season, the girls softball team was very young, only having a few seniors. During the season, though, many juniors stepped up, helping the team to end up placing third in the conference, finishing with an 18-14 record.
Most of the girls came back for the senior season, hoping to do much better than the year before. But sadly, the season was cut short.
During the time of the shutdown, it seemed as though everything had happened so fast with sports. One day there was a season, and the next day it all came to a halt.
I would agree. It felt like the world had been brought to a stop in the matter of days. But of course, there was a lot more that went to the shutdown than we think.
Some of our own Ram Center reporters dug a little deeper into Rockford's athletic department to find out how our local high school reacted to the news and handled this unprecedented situation.
Last year was a very crazy time, especially for the athletic department here at Rockford. Mr. Andrews never thought that sports would have to be canceled, and was shocked and heartbroken that it happened.
We were in the middle of trying to host a state championship for gymnastics. We were preparing for our boys basketball team to win a district championship, and never in my wildest dreams would I ever thought we were going to stop sports in the middle of a school year like that, or stop school for that matter. So heartbroken, in shock. I can't describe the feelings that we were all experiencing, but I just felt so bad for our kids, our coaches, all the people involved. It was just a really sad time to have to see everyone go through that.
The workload last year was much higher than it had been in previous years in preparing for the spring season that wasn't to be.
We were going 150 miles an hour trying to get everything going and making sure we were on track for spring and finishing out winter, and then bang, everything happened and was just halted.
Although he had hoped that spring sports would eventually be able to play, he realized that sadly the season would have to be canceled.
Yeah, I guess a little, if I'm being honest, a little part of me thought maybe at some point we could get back, maybe a late April through end of June at some point. Maybe we could try to figure out, because there were just so many unknowns at that point. But I think once we got into May, it started to feel like, okay, this is going to be pretty unlikely.
We hope and look forward to all the spring sports being able to play this year. This has been Josh Poot with Ram Center, signing off.
It's amazing to see how much went into the shutdown of all sports, especially incredible sports programs like lacrosse, baseball, and softball all come to such an abrupt end.
Another great sport that Rockford offers is the track and field program. In the past years, both boys and girls track have done a spectacular job in the postseason, with boys placing 4th and girls placing 3rd at the 2019 state competition.
Both teams look to have another great year with state-ranked athletes like Eli Haddad, Jacob Peck, and the Kortakowski triplets. An incredible family trio who are all athletically gifted in their own way. Taylor, Shelby, and Peyton all bring a strong and unique skill set to the track.
In the past year, the Kortakowski triplets have made a big impact on the girls' team. Taylor earned 2nd place in the 200 meter, claimed 4th in the 400 meter, and was a leg in the 4x200 relay team that finished 3rd, as well as the 4x400 team that also placed 3rd. Sister Peyton Kortakowski was the starting leg in the 4x200 and the 4x400 relay teams that both claimed 3rd place, while also placing 9th in the 300 meter hurdles and 12th in the 100 meter hurdles. Lastly, Shelby Kortakowski placed 5th in pole vault and 3rd in long jump.
For the guys team, Eli Haddad claimed 1st in the 4x100 relay and sophomore Jacob Peck tied for 10th in pole vault.
You could definitely say this team had some returning stars and was ready to start the 2020 season. But sadly, just like the rest of spring sports, they did not get a chance.
Jacob Peck took the time to talk with us about what it was like to lose his junior season.
Lost a lot of experience competing. Normally you get a lot of competitive time, and I didn't get that this year. The biggest toll it took on me losing my junior year was junior year is a big year for colleges looking at you and at your performance, and for me not to be able to have a junior year, colleges aren't able to get accurate reading at how good I am now. The last thing that they have was sophomore year.
It's sad to see how the pandemic has impacted our student competitors, but there were so many more athletes than just Jacob that were affected by the virus.
Ram Center looked into a wide variety of athletes that had lost their senior season and the mental toll it took on them.
I know I was going to go all out for my senior year. I wasn't going to leave anything behind.
Some athletes spent their whole life training, practicing, and giving it their all.
I worked with teammates after school and stuff. Early, all the way up to December, I was working with teammates.
I woke up, thought about lacrosse, and I worked hard every single day of my life.
Finally, their senior season was here. They expected it to be their best season, but it wasn't.
I was just getting updates from my coach left and right. He texted us and said it's not looking good. MHSAA is looking to cancel the season.
But athletes still had hope that they would return. Little did they know, they would never get to play their spring season.
We just had everything canceled, and it was really unfortunate.
Lacrosse to me, it was everything. That was ripped away in a heartbeat.
I would come to the field sometimes and just look and just think, man, that would have been a great season.
For some, it was their last chance to play the sport they loved.
I didn't know that was going to be my last season and that I never was going to play again.
It was just my everlasting thought of just, I'm never going to be able to play the sport I love ever again. Like, it's over for me.
The 2020 athletes want current athletes to know.
They're still playing. They still have a season. Mine was taken away.
Truthfully, you should give it all you got, every single chance you got.
Because you never know when your season will end. This has been Hannah Butzer with Ram Center, signing off.
Being an athlete myself, I can only imagine how difficult it would be to lose the final sports season of your high school career.
Makes me glad I had my own senior season to look forward to.
Same here. Although there was not much student athletes could do with their canceled season, some teams still decided to find purpose.
A great example of that was the girls' soccer team. This group of young ladies got creative during the spring season. Ram Center's own Josh Poot has more to tell us about it.
Thanks, Lauren. In the past, the girls' soccer team was very young, with the team only having a few seniors. In the 2019 season, the girls' season didn't go the way they'd like, starting off the season with a record of 1-1-1. By the end of the season, the girls were devastated by the fact that a conference championship wasn't a goal they were going to be able to achieve. Though in the 2020 season, a lot of the returning juniors like Natalie Hammer, Caitlin Hurst, and Sydney Ranke looked to lead the team to a conference championship as seniors. But as you know by now, the girls started getting prepared for the season, and before they could even get a game in, the season was cut short due to COVID. Even with this devastating news, the girls on the team decided to put together an Instagram page. It would do something that was inspiring to the entire Rockford sports community. All of this and more right after this commercial break.
You suck! Come on, you can do better than that! Offense, come on, get your head in the game! Why would you do that? That was so bad. What kind of shot was that? Are you call that playing soccer? You suck! Come on, you can do better than that!
Don't worry, you got this. Let's go. You got it. You're looking good. Nice job. You got this. Woo! Nice job! Good shot. Amazing pass.
Hi, my name is Natalie Hammer, and I am a senior on this year's Rockford varsity women's soccer team.
Hi, my name is Abby Rose. I am a senior on the Rockford women's soccer team, and today I will be sharing my story.
Hi guys, my name is Sydney Ranke. I'm a senior captain on the Rockford varsity girls soccer team, and today I'll be sharing my story with you guys.
Meet the 2020 women's varsity soccer team. With COVID-19 bringing an abrupt end to all spring sports, there can be a lot of negativity and sadness brought to many of the teams here at Rockford. To spread some positivity, the women's soccer team started what they called the Story Project. They've been sharing stories of their own and those in the community while in quarantine.
I just had the privilege of listening to Sarah's story, who is a wife, a mom of 3, and also an ICU nurse.
For the seniors on this year's team, captains Abigail Rose and Sydney Ranke explain how there's a passion for this season specifically.
There's a lot of emotions with everything going on, and there's honestly a lot of sadness with not being able to play my senior soccer season.
Being a senior, I had my last soccer season taken away from me, cut short, and after 14 years of playing soccer, I never thought that this is how it would end.
Ending on a more positive note, Abigail Rose leaves us with this.
It's okay to be upset, and it's okay to be sad, because honestly, there's too many emotions, and to hold those back, it's just going to hurt you more. So honestly, for me, I think it's good to release those emotions and express yourself, because the next day you can come back happier. So, have a good day, Rams.
This has been Lauren Lewis with Ram Center, signing off.
Even though a pandemic was going on, those girls definitely made the most of their spring season as the best they could, just in a little different format.
Which is very impressive to not being able to do anything in person, but a great example of making the best out of your situation. And that's what this season was all about, reacting and adapting. Although this was not the typical sportscast we could have predicted, the stories of our athletes and our teams were inspiring to say the least. And that will wrap up this spring edition of Ram Center.
But before we go, this wouldn't be Ram Center without the top plays. Here are our top at-home plays for all sports here at Rockford High School for the 2020 spring season. In third place, we have Owen Smith, a varsity soccer player here at Rockford who can't seem to drop the ball. In second place, we have Trenton Wachter, a state-ranked wrestler that pushes himself to his physical limits every day. This has led Trenton to do something most people can't, and that's get 97 push-ups in only a minute. First place, we have the powerhouse all-conference linebacker Ben Toddy deadlifting 500 pounds for 3 reps. It's interesting to see what all of those athletes have been able to do from home.
We hope to see more crazy top plays in the fall season and look forward to what we hope is a season full of sports, regardless of some necessary changes.
Thank you for tuning in to this spring edition of Ram Center. Again, I'm Moses Bosher.
And I'm Lauren Lewis. Have a great summer, Rockford.
Started getting the plan in place, meeting with the kids, just like I just shared with our initial meeting with them, meeting with the coaches.
I want Lawrence Tech to play hockey. Ferris State next year to play football.
Going to Hope College to play football.
Hope College to swim.
Really, all the way up to December, I was working with teammates.
I woke up, thought about lacrosse, and I worked hard every single day.
For that matter. So heartbroken, in shock. I can't describe the feelings.
Of listening to Sarah's story, who is a wife, a mom of 3, and also an ICU nurse.